In this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step, node per node, how you can create your very first AI agent with n8n, and to show you how incredibly easy it is to build this out for you in literally like less than half an hour. So if you stick around with me to the end of the video, I'll show you exactly how you can configure, set up, and do everything on your own that can create your emails for you, that can go through your contact databases to make sure that it goes and sends out the emails to the right people, and also creates content for you on the fly, all from a trigger from either your Telegram, either through voice or text, and it'll create all that for you in a matter of seconds. So this type of video that you like to watch, my name is Palmer Joseph. I've been playing around with n8n for quite a while now. I absolutely love it, and I really think you would too. So if this is the type of content you like to watch, then make sure you hit the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit that notification bell, because I'll be making sure I'll make a lot more content for you to show you more automations that you can use right now, that you can automate your life, your business life, literally whatever it is that you want to do, and make you a better and more productive human being. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so before we get into the whole step-by-step build and to show you exactly how to set this all up for yourself, I just want to show you a quick demo just to prove to you that this all comes out properly. We get the output we truly want. So let's start this off with a quick execution of workflow. Again, this all starts with a Telegram node, which either comes from a text or voice from myself, and I'll combine all that together. So let's get this working. Execute the workflow. Let's pull up my Telegram. Email Jim Brown and tell him he's a dummy and create me a blog post about aliens in outer space. All right, got that message for myself. It goes into my switch node, which determines whether or not it's a voice or text. So since it's voice, it goes up this branch, goes to my ultra agent, which is a master agent that controls everything. It went into the contacts agent first to find out what Jim Brown's email is, sent it back to the ultra agent. Now it's going to the contact agent to create a blog post for me about what the hell I asked for again. Aliens in outer space. Once that's done, it goes and calls the email agent to send the email off to the proper email that it got from a contacts agent, and then it combines all that together to create the output and lets me know through Telegram that it's all been completed. So let's give that a quick sec to let that finish up. Okay, now it's done. Let's just give it a quick check in Telegram. As I showed you a second ago, holy crap, that's long. I just gave it a quick voice. Now I've completed your request. Email Jim Brown to tell him that he's a dummy. Cool. Blog post about aliens in outer space. That is long. Okay, but let's just confirm that I sent it to the right email. So Jim Brown in my Airtables database is right here. Jim Brown at megamega.com. Obviously that's fake. Go back into my emails. Let's make sure it got sent to the right place. Jim Brown at megamega.com. Hey Jim, just wanted to let you know that you're a dummy. Whoever this guy is, he must love it. Hopefully that's not a real email. I'm pretty sure it's fake, but there you go. That is all set and completed exactly as I wanted it, and that literally took like, what, 15 seconds? So let's walk you through how to build this out on your own. So you'll follow me to the very end, and I'll show you how stupid easy this whole thing is. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so first off, we're going to need a blank canvas and n8n. If you don't have n8n yet, then obviously you need to get it, because this is not going to work without it. So if you need to get a copy for yourself, jump in the description down below, click that link, you'll get a copy for yourself. You can get 14 days for free. Go nuts, it is absolutely awesome. So since we are starting with a blank canvas, every workflow starts with a trigger. Without a trigger, nothing works. So in this instance, like I showed you a second ago, we're working with Telegram. If you don't have Telegram, then obviously get an account, because you're going to need it to make this actually function for you. So let's start off with the first step, which is clicking on this guy and type in Telegram, scrolling down to on message. Okay, so first off, you're going to need to connect your Telegram credential. If you don't know how to do that, I'm not going to put this into the video because it takes a few more minutes and I don't want to waste your time. But if you want to know how to connect your credentials, then click on the top right corner in the card there. It'll walk you through the whole process. It's about 4 minutes long. You can see exactly how this all comes together, so at least you can connect your Telegram and get that working. But everything else, once you have that set up, obviously make sure his credentials are connected to the one that you have set up. So I'm going to name this to Telegram message because I want to keep everything organized. So when that is done, first off, let's just execute the workflow just to get something in there right now. So let's use text first. Let's just start off with hi. So now that we have an output, we have a text message, because we're going to need this in an ongoing and succeeding nodes. So once that is done, we have an output. Let's first work on the next node, which is a code node, but it's not really essential. What this basically does, it's a code that anonymizes the output, but since this is a demo, it's not a big deal. But when you do want to get into that, you have to ensure that it's anonymized so no one else on the internet can see what the input and output is. But other than that, ignore this for now. Let's work on to the next node, which is a switch node. So I get this, top right, type in switch, which is the only one right here. And what we're doing, I just want to name this voice or text. Okay, so since this is blank, what we're doing here is we want to make sure that it is, what is it? Scroll down, the text, since it's high, well, drag it in there, drop it inside, is string exists. Okay, we're going to rename the output to text, and we're going to execute the step. Okay, but let's make sure that we actually have this going into a different way, because this splits off into two different branches, but we're working on the text one right now. So just follow along with me, you'll see exactly what I'm doing here. So the next node is a set, so click on a plus sign, type in set, which is this pencil icon here. Now what we want to do is obviously click on this guy, just make this text, and this will be a variable like we did a second ago to ensure that it knows that any variable that comes into here, regardless of whatever it is, even though I just said hi, it could be some other topic, but it always comes out as text. So if you execute this step, the output will be text, and it'll be whatever variable it is from that point on. All right, so let's just move this down. Sorry, move that down. This time, let's save this and reset this whole thing all over again. So let's give it a sec. So I reset it. I actually forgot to rename this Ultra Agent Demo. Cool, now let's execute the step, and this time we're going to do it through voice. So let's execute the workflow, come back to your Telegram. What's up? All right, now we have an output. This time it's voice like I showed you, and now we don't have a text. So how we go about this is now we're going to go into the switch node and change things up a little bit. This time we already have text in the previous one. We're going to add a new routing rule, and this will be, let's get the MIME type, which is right here, drag that in there, and this will be, oops, string exists. Good. Execute the workflow. This time, oh, I didn't actually name this, my bad. Voice. Execute the workflow. Done. So now, let's move this up actually. What we do from here, we need to get another Telegram node, and this time is to get a file. Again, make sure it's connected to your Telegram credential. If you don't have that set up, watch that quick video. Resources file, operations get, file ID is we get it from the previous node, which will be, where is it? Right here. This weird jumble of crap, drag it in there, execute the step. Now we have a binary output, and it's called data. I just want to rename this. Get Telegram file. Okay, now we're working in the bottom branch because now we are working in the voice branch, correct? This time, click on the plus sign, type in OpenAI. We are going to be transcribing a recording, transcribe a recording right here. So obviously, you also need your credentials for this. If you don't know how to do that, there's a quick card in the top right corner that walks you through how to connect your OpenAI credentials. Super simple. It takes like 2 minutes, but I just want to keep everything working in this video right now. I don't want to waste your time, but once you have that connected, make sure it's connected here. We're transcribing a recording. I just want to name this properly because I am super anal about this. Everything is still the same. Resources audio, operation is transcribe recording. Since this is data, it has to match what it is currently there. But if you have this as receipt, or this as receipt, or this as file, and this is not, and it's still called data, it's not going to work. So make sure that both of these match, or else it just will break. So let's execute the step. Now we have an output, which is proper, which is exactly what we're looking for. So now we have both branches working for both voice and text. Next, we have to connect this to an AI agent. So top right corner, click the plus sign, type in this AI agent guy. It'll come out as this rectangular looking thing. Okay, we can connect both in there because either one will work. And since this is default, this will say connected to chat trigger node, which is incorrect because we're using a Telegram node and we have an output from that Telegram in order for it to come into this AI agent. So what we do here, click on a drop down, click on define below. Prompt is user query, and let's bring in this thing right here. So it'll be JSON.text. Okay, So now it knows that what it's going to be using, or what it's looking for as an input, will be both from either text or voice. This is what the set node did, was change it to a text input for the AI agent. And this is what the transcribe recording did, and sets the output as a text message for the input on the AI agent. If that didn't make sense, rewind the video because it will. So once that's done, double click into that. Again, we gave it a user query. We're going to build this out as we go. All right. But this time we want to give it a chat model. So like a brain. So click on this little plus sign for chat model, as you can see right here. Type in OpenAI. I just like to use 4.0 mini because this is just demo purposes, but you can use 4.1, 4.0, whatever the hell you want. But let's name this again. Oops, 4.0 mini. 4.0 mini, cool. And let's give this an output, which is a Telegram node again. Telegram, and this is to send a text message right here. Telegram response. Credentials connected to you, which is good. Chat ID we can get from the previous node. Let's come back into here, and this will be, let's just copy this because I know that's chat ID from Telegram. We can bring it back into here for the chat ID. Text will be the output. So we leave that for now, but I already know it's going to be JSON.output. We'll get to that in a second. As you progress, I'll show you exactly why I came up with that. But everything is still the same. Resources message, operation send message, chat ID I got from the chat, initial Telegram node. But in case you want to get this number, you have your specific one. Don't use mine. It's not going to work for you. And how you get this, go back to your Telegram. Go into the very beginning. In the search bar, type in get ID bot, which will be right here. Scroll up. Actually, just type in /start, and it'll give you the chat ID for yourself. So mine ends in 0249. As you can see, that is mine, 0249. So make sure you get your own. If you use mine, it's not going to work. It's all going to flop. So that is connected. Now, this is where the fun part starts, because this is where everything changed with n8n. Because before, we had to connect different workflows together. So you have different workflows in different pages. It's all a mess. It's painful. But now we can have everything working in the same canvas, and you actually see everything come together in combination. I won't get into what it was before because that's the past now. No one's going to use that anymore. Let's focus on what's working today and what's present and what we're all using to make this super simple. So first off, how we go about this is let's go give it a memory first, because it has to understand what's going on. For demo purposes, let's stick with simple memory. And again, let's go into the drop down. This will be JSON text, because that's the exact same input that we have from the AI agent, and everything is still the same there. Let's move that up. You know what? I'm just going to put that up there. I also like to give it a think node, which is this brain here. You leave it as default. It just comes up every once in a while. I just use it right now for everything, even though if it doesn't get used, it's still helpful to have it there, and we'll just work from there. Okay. So now we have everything set up. We can play this guy just to get some sort of output and input into the Telegram message. So now that we can see that we have the output, as you can see, this is the same one as I put in there right now. So output from the AI agent going to into our Telegram response node. As you can see, it's the same one. If I drag that in there, it'll be the exact same thing. Okay. So I just want to get, oh shit, that got out of the way. You know, just delete that, come back in, drop that in. We are good to go. Let's execute the step. Check in Telegram. Make sure we got something out of it. Not much, just here to ready chat. What's on your mind? Oh, it has this little stupid append thing. How we get rid of that? Go to the last Telegram node, which is right here. Add field, append n8n, toggle that off. Execute the step one more time. And this time, as you can see, no longer has this message was sent by n8n. I hate that. So now let's save this real quick. We're going to build out 3 different minion agents or child agents, whatever the hell you want to call it. I just like to call my initial AI agent as the master, and all the guys underneath it working for him are minions. That's just my way to look at it. I don't care what you want to look at. You can be like an orchestrator agent, it has parent agent, child agent. I don't give a shit. Anyways, let's work on giving this some tools and how we go about this. Click on this little plus sign. Let's type in AI agent, and this will be your tool now. Click on this guy. As you can see, this was rectangular for the initial one, which is like the master. Now, these little minion ones are like more of an oval shape. So cool. Let's make this into our, let's see, email agent. Okay, let's name this guy email agent. Prompt message will be from AI. Let them figure that out. Everything else is still there. Super simple now, because before we had to prompt everything, give it some rules, give it like an understanding of what to do. It was a mess. So this time I just clicked on that little star looking twinkle thing, so it figured that out on its own. Everything else is left blank. You can add a system message if you so choose to, but we'll work through this as we progress. Okay, so now we obviously need to give it a brain, because this is an AI agent. It needs to know, or it needs to think. So do the exact same thing. Again, I'm using 4.0 mini. Just click on this guy. I like to name everything properly. All right, now it has a brain. If you want to give it memory, that's fine, but right here we want to give it some tools. Since this is the email, let's give it some Gmail tools. So if you click on that, again, you're going to need credentials to your Gmail, your Google, whatever the hell it is that you want to do. If you haven't done that yet, then make sure to click in the top right corner for the card. Walks you through the whole credentials connection to n8n, 4 minutes long, awesome video. I just want to keep everything on pace here. So once you have that connected, make sure you have the right credential connected. So for me, it's this one. Tool description set automatically. Resources message. This is for sending emails. So let's make sure we label this properly so that we know. Info to, let's let AI figure this out. Subject, let AI figure this out. Let's keep this as text. Doesn't really matter. HTML is fine too, but message, let AI figure that shit out too. Now that is all good to go. Now we have a tool in the email agent that can send emails for us. But let's give it more tools. How we do this is we go into Gmail again. Let's change this up. Same credentials. This time, instead of sending, we are going to, let's say, get many. All right. Don't need to return all. Turn off simplify. No properties, yada, yada, yada. Get many emails. Okay. Put that aside. Let's give it another tool, another Gmail thing. You need to know that if you're working with your email agent, everything needs to be related to email. So don't throw in like calendars, don't throw in like blog posts, don't throw in any of that kind of stuff, because they'll get confused and we don't want to do that. So let's click on that again. Same credentials. This time we are going to, let's say, reply. If you want to reply, let's make AI figure that out. Email type is text. Message, let AI figure that out. This is to reply emails. Okay. As you can see, I haven't done many prompting at all. So let's keep that where it is. You can add more as you progress. You can label it. You can delete it. You can do whatever the hell you want. But let's keep things short and simple. But you already understand what I'm trying to do here. So since this email agent is now done, let's come back. Actually, I want to add one thing for the system message. So click on this guy. Your helpful assistant. Turn that into an expression. The current date time is curly brackets, $sign now. Done. Just so that it knows what date and time it is, because if you don't specify that, it might send an email or get the dates and times mixed up. We don't want that to happen, so make sure that's in there. Now let's come back to the main agent, which is a master agent that controls everything. Let's call this Ultra Agent. Now we're gonna get this system message. We don't, as you can see, I didn't really give this much of a prompt. Click on system message, expression. Let's blow this up. You're a helpful assistant. That's fine. Tools. So let's give it a tool. Email agent. Call this tool to complete actions regarding emails for the user. Again, reminder, the current date time is double curly bracket now. Now that is done. Cool. Now let's save this really quick and let's test out this email agent, okay? So let's execute the workflow, get on our Telegram, send an email to myself to say, what's up? Since it doesn't have a contact base yet, I can't really tell it who to send to, so it obviously can just send to myself. So I went to the main agent, went into the email agent to send an email to myself, And now it's sent a Telegram output, and let's see what it said. I've sent the email to yourself with the subject, what's up? Let's double check that. Sent, refresh. Right, recipient, email from myself. Oh, well, I can fix that. But as you can see, there's a little mistake there because it sent it to recipient instead of myself. I guess I have to specify that a little bit further, but in case you want to fix that up, you can do that in the prompting. But since we're not really doing that in real life, let's ignore it. But as you can see right here, this email was sent automatically by n8n, so let's turn that off because that's annoying as hell. Let's come back to n8n, and how we go about this is let's go back to the send email, pull this up, go down to the bottom, append n8n attribution, turn that off. Let's do that for each one, just so that it doesn't have that kind of stuff. Oh, that's only for the other crap. Append n8n, turn that off. Good. Now, like I said, I'm not going to bother trying to fix that recipient at example.com because how often we send emails to ourselves? Never. So let's make this actually work with a contacts database through Airtable. So how we do this, let's go back to the main agent, which is our master ultra agent. Click on his plus sign, type in AI agent. This is the tool again. Just make sure it's the oval one like I showed you a second ago, right? This one will be the contacts agent. Contacts agent. User message, let's AI figure that out. Oops. Everything is still the same. Cool. Give it the same brain. Open AI. Connect your credentials. I'm choosing 4.0 mini. 4.0 mini. Name that again, just for my sake, so I don't go insane. I don't want to give it memory because this is this demo. So tools. Let's work on giving some tools. So this one will be an Airtable, like I showed you a second ago. So if you don't have Airtable, make sure you have to connect. You have your credential connected. If you don't know how to do that, let me know. You can click in the top right corner there in the card section as well. It'll walk you through how to connect Airtable to n8n. Super simple, but once you have that all set up, let me just show you what's going on here. So my Airtable is right here. As you can see, my contacts database is called contacts, and this sheet itself, or this data table, is called contacts. So just remember, it's contacts and contacts, and it has all my information right here for different people. So obviously when this is real, when this is yours, you're gonna have way more people. I'm pretty sure you have more than 10 friends, and these guys are all make-believe. So I'll work with Joe Cool at email.co, whatever. But let's come back to the contacts agent. This one we haven't finished yet. Connect your credentials to Airtable. Again, watch that video, get that all set up. This is for resources record, operations get, so we're gonna get a record. Okay, list, contacts, because like I said, it's contacts, and my other list for table is also called contacts. Oops, what's going on? Refresh list, contacts. Okay, record ID, let's AI figure this shit out. Do I need to add any? Nope, that is it. Okay, that is done. Let's copy and paste that just to make things easier. Come back to this a second. This time we're gonna get create or update. Yeah, sure, but let's just say, yeah, let's just go with create or update just for fun. Create or update record. Same credentials, everything is still the same. Base, table, contacts to match on ID. Let's let AI figure this out because now this is awesome. Don't need to even give it any more prompts, just let AI figure it out. Type is what I have here, business or personal. Ignore that, so I just deleted it out of there. Most people will not even have that, but if you do, you can let AI define it on their own too, but whatever. Nothing for options, we are good there. Let's connect it to the agent. Oops, done. Let me just double check to see if I need to change anything else here. Now we have create, we have delete. We're not going to delete anything. We have get, search. Yeah, let's do search. Search record. Same thing, everything is still the same. Filter by formula, leave it empty, return all. Yep, cool. Let's connect this guy, and now we have our contacts database connected to our minion agent, which is called the contacts agent. So we got to go back to the into our main agent to let it know to use this tool whenever it wants to send emails to the proper person. So let's go back into this guy, go into the system message tools. This time we have a contact. Is it contacts plural or singular? Oh, plural. Okay, you got to make sure you actually have this set up properly. So if it's plural, make sure it's plural. If it's not plural, it's not plural. Call this tool to get contact information from the contact database. Now, what's important is to give it information ahead of time, because if you don't tell it to and go into the contacts first, let's just imagine you want to email some specific person and it doesn't know that it has to pull the contact information from the contact agent first before it sends it to the email agent. It's just going to send an email. It's going to come back and break and say, I don't know who to send this to, so tell me what to do. So this prompt right here, super simple, is basically I'm just telling it to, if the user is requesting an email to a specific person, use the contacts agent tool first in capital letters before sending the email. And we can test this out in a second. Okay, that is done. That is done. Let's save that. Now we have everything in there. Let's test this out one more time. This time, let's say we're going to send an email to, let's say Christine Simpson, Christine S at hello.com. Let's make sure it works. Execute workflow, pull up our Telegram trigger. Can you send an email to Christine Simpson and tell her that I need food right now? Okay, since this is voice, went down this branch, goes into the main agent again. Now it knows to pull the information from a contacts agent first. Oh, it didn't email properly. So what's going on here? Let's see what the output is. I found a contact, Christine Simpson. Should I send an email to her? No shit. Let's try it again. I think it just had a little brain fart. Can you send an email to Christine Simpson and tell her to make me a sandwich right now, please? Let's see if this works. Give that a second. Same thing. It should contact the contacts agent first before the email agent. Did it do that? Contact. There we go. Now it knows who to send it to. This is using the email send email node, and now it sent me a Telegram message back. Let's make sure I send an email to Christine Simpson requesting her to make a sandwich right now. It's kind of rude, but just a joke, all right, guys? So again, Christine S at hello.com. Let's just double check to see if it's sent to the proper place. Refresh that. Christine S at hello.com. Perfect. Can you make me a sandwich right now, please? Perfect. Now, as you can see, it now works with contact agent and email agent. Now let's give it one last tool, and let's say we want to create some content for whatever. So what we did there is click on a plus sign again. Let's type in AI agent tool. Let's call this guy content agent. Okay. Everything else is still the same. Prompt. Let's let AI figure that stuff out, because we want to make this super simple. Everything is still the same here. Leave that here. Give another brain. Open AI. 4.0 mini. Connect your credentials. Yada yada yada. 4.0 mini. Cool. Now as a brain, go back to the main agent to give it the prompt to let it know what tool to use. So let's go back down here. So tools. This is, what the hell is it called again? Content agent. Call this tool to get or create content for the user if specified. Cool. All right, so you see the prompting in there, super simple. Before it was super long, you had to tell exactly what to do. It was a mess. We're not going to give this a memory because again, we don't really care about that. The memory came from the Ultra agent, which is the main agent, the master agent. We're working on minions. So tool, let's give this Tavily tool to search the internet. If you don't have your Tavily connected yet, let me know. I haven't actually made a tutorial for this yet. If you want to know how to connect Tavily to n8n, comment down below. I'll set that all up for you. It's super simple. It probably takes like less than 5 minutes, but if you need that, let me know. But you can just search everywhere else. It's all going to be there. So let's call this Tavily tool. Connected my credentials. Set automatically. Search query. Query is going to be, let's see. Let's pick this up real quick. It should be the text coming out, or the input, the same input from the main agent. Okay. So let's bring that back down here. Put this in for query. Make sure it's expression. This is in case it needs it, but we're not searching the internet to send an email. But once we get to this point, you'll see how this all progresses. That is done. Go back to here, give it a system prompt so it actually understands to use the Tavily tool when needed. So let's blow this up. Tools, Tavily tool. Oops. Use this tool to search the internet for up-to-date information and data for the user if requested. The current date time is double curly bracket $$ now. Just want to let it know that this is a date, because if it goes off and searches for the internet, it might pull back information or data from like 2, 5, 10 years ago. It's going to be irrelevant. So we want to let it know that we're working on the most up-to-date stuff. And then when it's up to date, it needs to know when the actual date and time is. So you give that there. That is done. Get out of there. Save this really quick. Oh, let's actually give this a brain as well. A little think node. So clicking a little plus sign there. Give it a think tool. Kept it exactly default. Let's go back into the little system message to let it know that it's there. Think. Use this tool to ensure proper output and results. Something along those lines. Okay. Now our master agent, which is called the ultra agent in this situation, it has ways to contact emails, to send or delete emails, to reply to emails. It has access to the contacts agent that can get records, search records, create or update records depending on what's in the database right now for your contacts. And now it also has connection to the content agent. So if it wants to create a blog post, something in content creation, it can search the Tavily tool. It can also think it through to ensure that the results are good. Now let's test this all out just to make sure it actually works. Okay, so let's execute the workflow. Come back to Telegram. What should we say? Can you send an email to Jim Brown to tell him that I need to see him at basketball at 6 p.m. today, and write me a blog post about n8n automations? I'm just thinking off the fly. Anyways, got all that. Voice again. We're not using text. I should probably use text. It's exactly the same thing that you'll see. Goes to the main agent. Ultra agent calls into the contacts agent, searches the records for Jim Brown, figures out who that email goes to. Now it's contacting a content agent in order for it to create a blog post for myself about n8n. It's thinking that through, and it should go into the email agent to send an email to Jim Brown with the proper email that I sent out. There we go. That is getting done. Coming back to the main agent again, put everything together, and we should get an output through our Telegram that it's all correct and completed. Give that a second. Oh. We got a problem with Telegram. Message is too long. All right, let's see the input. Holy shit, that is long. Okay, let's slim this down. You know what? Let's go into the content one and give this the prompt. Output. Ensure that the output is under 500 words. So we're just going reactively trying to figure this out and make sure it's working. So let's run this one more time, see if we can get it. Again, we're gonna do text. Gonna copy the exact same thing. Copy text, paste it. We're not gonna waste any more time. Goes down the same branch again. I'm not gonna explain the whole thing for you. So let's give it a second, come back to it when it's done, and see if this is actually properly corrected. Okay, so we are still having an issue here. Basically, it keeps on saying that the message is too long, so I guess I just had to fix the prompting, figure out what's going on here. But you're basically understanding what's happening. The only thing that's an issue right now is basically just the message is too long. So I basically have to fix up either inside the content agent to shorten it down a little bit to make sure that it actually gives it back to the Ultra agent to get the output for the Telegram, because Telegram has a certain limitation. I'm not really sure how many characters that allows. Maybe it's less than 500 words. Maybe that's just too much. But let's try this one last time, and let's make it something obviously should work. So let's make it 200 words or less. Let's come back into our content agent, change this prompting there as well, under 200 words. Let's try one more time, okay? But you already understand what I'm trying to do here. Let's execute the workflow really quick. Just gonna paste in the same thing again. I just want this to work for you guys and to show you that this should work. So set the same exact text message again. I'll come back in a second. Okay, it finally worked because I changed prompts to make it shorter, because I guess Telegram has a certain limitation in order for text messages to go through. If it's too long, it's not going to allow it, as you have seen. But we changed the prompting. We have it all done. Let's check into Telegram. We have it right here. It's a lot shorter. It looks short, but that's still pretty damn long. I have emailed Jim Brown at jimbrown@megamega.com. Let's make sure that's correct. jimbrown@megamega.com. Perfect. Go back into your emails. Let's see if that's actually sent properly. Refresh that real quick. Jim Brown, need to eat, need to eat, need to eat. All right. Jim Brown at Mega. Perfect. Just want to let you know. Oh, best your name. How you fix that is super simple. Just come back to n8n and you can actually tell it to sign off as into the email agent. Blow that up. Sign off as Palmer AI. So next time, I'm not gonna go through the whole process again, but you already know what I did there. It'll come back and send an email off properly to actually say, instead of saying brackets your name, it'll say Palmer AI, because that's what I told it to do. Now, that is all done. As you have seen, that is completely super simple for you to do. I think I put that all together for you in like 30 minutes. You can do this a lot sooner, because once you get the hang of it, you can probably put this together in like 10 minutes. I spent a lot of time talking, explaining things, but if you know what to do, simple, simple, simple. Now, just in case you're wondering how much this actually cost me to put this all together, as you see, I ran this through multiple times. It did a lot of API calls. It called the AI agent, 4 of them, multiple times. So let's go into my OpenAI user profile. As you can see, this today, I spent 2 cents. 2 cents. That is dirt cheap. I haven't done any other operations today. This is my demo account just for showing you guys what's going on here. But as you can see, the most I ever spent in one day was 6 pennies. Yeah, that's not going to hurt anybody. But there you go. That is how you build your first AI agent to basically do all your emails, goes through your contact databases, creates content for you. You can actually have more AI agents doing multiple other things. You can actually build a calendar agent as well if you so choose to. Just got to give it a prompting. If you have attendees to your calendar, you can also tell or give the prompt to find out who to contact first, to get the contact emails first before sending an email, in order for it to actually align with creating that event for you and whoever attendees that you have involved. But that's out of the scope of this video. But as you saw right now, extremely simple. So I hope you found that video helpful and valuable. If you did, then take a moment to smash that like button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe to the channel, because that lets me know I'm doing a good enough job for you guys, and it lets me keep on making these type of videos for you guys in order for you guys to become more productive, more efficient, and more of an asset in the workplace. Because as we already know, more and more employers out there request for employees that have experience and knowledge around AI and AI automation. So I want to make you a big asset to them, at least in their eyes, so you become more hireable and you make more money in the future. So if you want to see more content from me, here's more step-by-step tutorials they can walk through with me, get the workflow for yourself. If you want this entire workflow for yourself in your n8n instance, all you gotta do is click on the link in the description down below. Join the community. It's all in there for you. You can copy and paste it. And till then, I'll catch you in the next video.